your eyewitness weather forecast.
All right, good evening, everyone. Another warm and summery, steamy, sultry night ahead here in central New York as we look at the Bank of Utica INET downtown at Bank of Utica. A lot of blue sky out there, so it's warm. It's sunny through this evening. Temperature of 86, the dew point in the mid-60s. Now that's the humidity that we've been dealing with. That's not going anywhere, but the temperatures will start to turn a little bit lower as we go through the next couple of days. It will remain warm and steamy overnight. Mainly clear initially, then partly cloudy, lows not much below 70. Then tomorrow, a mixture of clouds and sunshine, warm and steamy, although not quite as hot. And we're going to have downpours and storms developing in the afternoon. Some of those storms could have some gusty wind and maybe some small hail and a lot of heavy rain, particularly if you get caught under a slow-moving guy. So it's 87 now, but we've been near 90 in Little Falls. Rome is at 86, 87 in Dolgeville, Canajoharie 86, mid-80s in Otsego County, Milford to Cooperstown, 81 in Oneonta and in Richfield Springs. Low 80s across the Adirondacks at Old Forge. And 80 right now in West Turin. So you can see showers and thunderstorms developing off to the west. These showers and storms will continue to kind of organize and move into our area here through the day tomorrow, particularly in the afternoon. All right, here's a look with the latest on what is now Hurricane Lee, as expected, strengthening rapidly here. So the pressure down to 991. The wind has increased to 75 miles an hour. It is moving to the west and northwest at 14, and it is about a little under 1,200 miles east of the northern Leeward Islands. Check out the track here. We'll continue to see that strengthening continue here as we go through the next several days. As a matter of fact, becoming a major hurricane Friday as a Category 4. And again, it will be approaching the United States as a Category 4, but the question is where does it go? Does it start to curve out to sea, or does it kind of hug the East Coast? Still too early to know. We'll keep you posted. So the cold front arrives tomorrow with showers and thunderstorms developing into the afternoon, and then again through the day Friday, maybe one or two. But I think when you compare tomorrow to Friday, Friday will definitely be the drier day. At the bus stop tomorrow morning, it's another muggy, warm start to the day. Temperatures in the upper 60s to right around 70. Now, I know the 7-day looks bad, but the bark a little worse than the bite. So downpours and storms in the afternoon tomorrow. They become isolated Friday, and then notice how the temperatures start to turn lower going into the weekend and next week. The humidity will lower as well. Scattered showers, meaning that it will not rain. It will not be a complete washout over the weekend, not raining all the time. And then we get into next week and, yeah, still unsettled with these rounds of scattered showers as temperatures turn cooler by Wednesday. High temperatures near 70. Jamie, over to you.
All right, Craig, thank you. Let's take a...
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Craig Flint. It is a warm night once again. Temperatures are still kind of hanging in the 60s and low and mid 70s with a good deal of clear sky for now. Clouds will be on the increase. There are actually a few thunderstorms over Lake Ontario, which we'll show you here in a moment. Partly cloudy, warm and humid overnight with lows, again, not much below 70. We're in the upper 60s, even in the high peaks of the Adirondacks. 75 downtown Utica. Low 70s at Griffiths and Rome, 70 at Herkimer, low 70s in Springfield to the mid 60s in the cooler countryside of Otsego County at Lawrence. 74 in Minden. Oppenheim is at 72. So we have a few, again, showers and thunderstorms that have kind of bubbled up here, but you can see it is safely to the north and west of Utica here. Pretty good thunderstorm now actually developing over Lake Ontario. I think, though, this is going to generally go in this direction, so it may just clip the North Country Tomorrow, though, there's another chance of showers and thunderstorms, and anywhere in this yellow shade, notice up here on the banner, the legend up here, that yellow is level 2, so slight risk for severe weather in this yellow area. Now, I know slight risk, it's kind of oxymoronic. You think slight risk and you're thinking, okay, no biggie. But it is actually something we got to watch. Could be some gusty winds with some of the storms that develop tomorrow afternoon. This is Hurricane Lee down here in the Atlantic. Central barometric pressure right now, 994. That number drops and the wind speeds increase. So 75 mile per hour Cat 1 hurricane moving to the west-northwest at 14 miles an hour. East of the northern Leeward Islands right now, the track is going to take it north of the Leeward Islands. But then look at what happens. It becomes a Cat 4. And then where does it go from this point? Does it continue to kind of curl out to sea, or that's why the cone out here is a little bit wider, a little bit more uncertainty. So we're going to be watching Lee closely. We're watching showers and thunderstorms develop as we get into the afternoon tomorrow. So it's any time after 2, 3 o'clock, there's probably going to be a few that start to move through. And some of those could, again, have some gusty winds, some extremely heavy rain, too, because it's so humid. So we have this thing called precipitable water. In other words, how much water can the cloud hold, and how much water can we squeeze out of said cloud? And if you get caught underneath a thunderstorm tomorrow, it will be slow moving, so it will pour. Sort of like the, you know, that Morton Salt girl, when it rains, it pours. At the bus stop, out the door in the morning, it's muggy and warm, temperatures again in the 60s. I think we're going to see numbers in the mid-80s tomorrow. You know, if the thunderstorms hold off, could be warmer, could be upper 80s, but I do think we'll get some scattered storms developing as we get into the afternoon. Clear sky now. It's 73 at Griffiths and Rome. The dew point not far behind it, so that means we're not going far tonight, only upper 60s. Mid-80s tomorrow. Showers and thunderstorms become isolated Friday, so most of Friday looks dry. Then we get into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, yes, passing scattered showers, meaning it's not going to rain all the time every hour. But look at the temperatures as we go into next week, more typical of what it should be in September. We've got to take a quick break. Eyewitness News continues right after this.
Eyewitness weather forecast.
Good evening, everyone. It is a warm and humid night here across Utica, Rome and the Mohawk Valley. Temperatures are still hanging in the upper 60s, low 70s. That dew point right there at 68 is probably the low temperature for tonight. It's stuffy, especially if you don't have air conditioner. And it will become partly cloudy. There are a few thunderstorms that have developed, but they're way out over Lake Ontario. Otherwise, warm and humid. Now, there's a better chance of showers and thunderstorms as we get into the afternoon tomorrow. Some of those will be a little feisty, I think, with some gusty winds. And the other thing is these are going to have extremely heavy rain because there's a lot of water in the cloud above you. Because it's so humid, just like it is tonight. Low 70s and upper 60s to near 70 across Otsego County. Mid and upper 60s in the Adirondacks. So I mentioned that we have a few scattered thunderstorms developing, again, out over Lake Ontario, a few more to the west. Watching this little cluster right here, but the good news is as we go in a little closer, you can see it kind of weakens and falls apart, but this will kind of skim north like so. So up north, there might be a quick shower overnight. Then tomorrow, we have to focus our attention on the potential for strong to severe weather. Notice we got it in this yellow shade here. That is a slight risk, which I know that doesn't sound like, you know, a big deal, but it's speaking to the fact that some of those storms tomorrow could have some gusty wind, again, some extremely heavy rain. This is Hurricane Lee with a central pressure now down to 989 millibars. That's key. The lower that number, the stronger the storm gets. It's an 80 mile per hour Category 1 hurricane, movement still west to northwest at 14 to the east of the Leeward Islands. Let's show you the track on this, and you can see it becomes a major hurricane, 3, 4, as it goes north of the northern Leeward Islands. And then it gets close to the Bahamas, and notice how the cone widens out here. That speaks to the fact of the uncertainty. Does it continue to go north and west, or does it start to curl out into the open waters of the Atlantic? Either way, up in here, this is the Gulf Stream, so the water is incredibly warm, and that is fuel for these hurricanes. So it will continue to strengthen into a major storm. We will have showers and thunderstorms developing tomorrow afternoon. Again, some could be feisty. Then on Friday, it becomes isolated. So there will be mainly dry weather on Friday, but don't be surprised if we get into the afternoon and evening if there's like one or two somewhere. Out the door tomorrow morning, muggy and warm for the kiddos at the bus stop in the upper 60s to near 70. Watch for showers and storms in the afternoon. Again, becoming isolated Friday. Then we get into the weekend, and there's likely to be scattered passing showers and storms around, but it's not going to rain all the time, and there's going to be quite a few clouds around. But notice the temperatures here as we go into the weekend and then into next week. We're hanging in the low mid-70s with some passing showers at times, so more typical of where we should be in September heading into next week. All right, we got to take a quick break. Eyewitness News continues right after this.